What's going on, guys? I got another quick hitter for you, and the build up to this fight has been very interesting to say the least. I'm talking about Micheal Chandler versus Dustin Poirier. These two have been in a lover's quarrel. It seems like these guys don't know whether they love each other or hate each other. They don't know whether if they're best friends or complete rivals. It seems like they go from hugging to talking smack to kissing each other's butt on Ariel Hawani's podcast. But regardless of how they feel about each other, this matchup's a fun one. One that the fans, I think, wanted to see when Micheal Chandler first signed with the UFC. And Micheal Chandler actually came into the UFC talking a lot about Dustin Poirier, lifting him up, saying how he would love to fight him, how he feels like it would be a fun matchup. And Dustin Poirier kind of poo-pooed him, to be honest. Said, you haven't been fighting in this division. You haven't built the brand and gone through what I've gone through in the fight pool that is the UFC. So come back to me when you've had some real fights under your belt. So Micheal Chandler said, bet. Got a couple good fights under his belt. Fought for the belt himself, and then now here it is. Both of them are at the top of the division and still licking their wounds from that title loss. A fight which they both rocked the champion and Charles Oliveira, but ended up getting stopped later on in the fight. So yeah, fun matchup. Both guys are trying to fight for that spot, to fight for the belt again, that contender spot. So we'll see. These two match up very interesting too. It's going to be a fun fight. I don't see this fight being boring whatsoever because you got two guys who love to come forward, who persevere through adversity. Even when they're rocked or hurt, they still make it a war, and that's going to be awesome. I mean, this fight I cannot see being boring at all, but who knows? When you have two guys that respect each other a lot, sometimes it is boring for the first few minutes of the fight as they fill each other out, because we know both of these guys have that lights out power in their hands. But I see Dustin Poirier actually coming in with a chip on his shoulder, because he did say some things against Micheal Chandler, and those were real feelings that he was having inside. He's kind of bitter, you know what I mean? He's upset that he's bled, sweat, hurt, cried over this company, helped build it, put it on his back, and had wars, you know what I mean? Where Micheal Chandler just comes from Bellator and he gets handed a title opportunity on a silver platter, while Dustin Poirier's just sitting there like, huh. But what's Micheal Chandler supposed to do about it? Obviously, he's going to take the opportunities handed to him. I mean, you can't blame the guy for that. But yeah, I feel like Dustin Poirier is going to feel a certain type of way about it. And this is going to be a war. Now, I don't bet too much. I've been betting quite recently on the fights, and I'm actually doing pretty good. But I would warn everyone to stay away from this fight, because anytime you have someone that could shut the lights out like that, even when they're down, which we've seen both these guys do, it's just hard to bet on. I mean, I would say that Dustin Poirier is the safer bet. I feel like he's the more well-rounded fighter, the more experienced fighter. I feel like he's gone through a little bit more high-level wars. Micheal Chandler's been through his fair amount of wars too, but I think Dustin Poirier's just had him at a different caliber. Now, what I see interesting in the fight, and why I really want to bet on this fight, is because Micheal Chandler has what Teddy Atlas calls the eraser, that megalithic power in his hands that could end the fight at any moment. But Dustin Poirier has a bit of that himself. So yeah, I mean, if you were going to bet, if you're crazy enough to put someone in a parlay, or if you just want to throw some money down on someone, I guess go for Dustin Poirier, in my opinion. But that's my thoughts on this fight. I mean, I'm just a fight fan. Don't listen to me. I'm an idiot. I sit on the couch, drink a Modelo, and enjoy myself. But that's my thoughts on this fight. I'd love to know what you guys think about this matchup and this fight. I'll see you down in the comments below. You know the drill. And don't worry about liking the video. Apparently, Mr. Beast said that don't even matter. Don't like the video. Don't help for the analytics. So if you leave a comment, apparently that helps. Or if you're new to the channel, definitely subscribe, because I'm a small channel. Statistically, that subscription is going to make me very happy today. But thank you guys for sticking around to the very end. That's it for this one, guys. Until next time, peace.